After ABC News agreed to pay $15 million and apologize to Donald Trump for defaming him in one of their many fake news segments hosted by George Snuffleupagus. Now Donald Trump is threatening to sue the Des Moines Register over a poll that they posted just before the election that showed that Kamala Harris was going to absolutely devastate him in the state, which he then ended up winning by over 13%. Now, this is some masterful trolling. Obviously, there's no merit to this lawsuit whatsoever. But this is part of a larger tactic that he is using to send a message to the fake news industrial complex that if he's willing to sue a pollster for posting a garbage poll, then he might sue anybody in the fake news for posting fake news about him. So they better knock it off.
I don't understand it. And the allegations I take very seriously. They're saying that this was election interference, which is a crime. So the idea that I intentionally set up to deliver this response, when I've never done that before, I've had plenty of opportunities to do it. It's not my ethic. But to suggest without a single shred of evidence that I was in cahoots with somebody, I was being paid by somebody, it's all just kind of, it's hard to pay too much attention to it, except that they're accusing me of a crime.
Look how happy Richard Maddow was reporting on the poll, showing that Donald Trump was going to lose Iowa and probably then the entire election.
And that's why lots of people had strong reactions when the Des Moines Register and Selzer Iowa poll was posted last night. This pollster, and she's got her track record, and this is out of a state where nobody saw it coming.
Donald Trump is also threatening to sue 60 Minutes for posting a deceptively edited interview that they did with Kamala Harris to try to polish up her image and make her look less of an incompetent buffoon. And again, if he does this, it is, to be honest with you, it is a totally baseless lawsuit. You can sue people for deceptively edited interviews, though, if they do cast you in a false light. But this is just trying to make Kamala Harris look even better. So there's no basis to this lawsuit. But like I said, the fact that he is making these threats is absolutely hilarious.
One on 60 Minutes, you know about that, where they took Kamala's answer, which was a crazy answer, a horrible answer, and they took the whole answer out and they replaced it with something else she said later on in the interview, which wasn't a great answer, but it wasn't like the first one. The first was grossly incompetent. It was weird. And that was fraud and election interference by their news magazine, a big part of CBS News.
And thankfully for our entertainment, CNN has rehired Brian Stelter after firing their senior media analyst a few years ago who hosted an unknown Sunday morning show until, of course, I made him a star. He became such a laughingstock that everybody in the media industry knows that he is a complete embarrassment for CNN. And despite his show actually having decent ratings, they fired him because he was embarrassing the entire network. Now they are beyond shame. So thankfully, he's back.
It used to be, Laura, Trump would file these nuisance suits against media outlets, and they would almost always be thrown out. But the fact that ABC had to settle this and decided not to go to trial, it is going to embolden Trump and his allies. And no longer this is about nuisance lawsuits. This is now about a systemic effort to chill the press, to tie journalists up in knots. For example, the Iowa case, he's using the Iowa Consumer Fraud Act. It's very unlikely Trump will prevail in Iowa, but that's not the point. The process is the point. Having to go through the motions and pay all the money for the lawyers is the point. I think lawyers are going to benefit from this effort, but everybody else is going to suffer because journalism, newsrooms, media outlets are going to be tied up as a result of this effort.
No, actually, he's trying to help you using the same lawfare tactics that the Democrat Party and the media have used against him for years. He's trying to get you clowns to clean up your act. He won't be the president again for another month, but he's already making America great again, convincing a Japanese tech company to invest $100 billion into the U.S. And when making the announcement with the CEO, decided to publicly pressure him to double the investment.
I'm excited to go, and we were discussing, and President Trump said, I'm excited to go, and we were discussing, and President Trump said, Masa, double down is not enough. Maybe, go for more, right?
That's what I'm going to ask him right now. Would you make it $200 million on savings. He can actually, believe it or not, he can actually afford to do that. Would you do that?
Well, my promise is 100, but he's now asking to do more. I think with your leadership, my partnership with you, with your support, I will try to make it happen.
Oh,
All right.
I'll try to make it happen.
He'll make it happen. $200 million investment.
He is a great negotiator.
Yes. And with Kamala Harris's legacy in shambles, the Democrat Party is trying to figure out what to do with her in the future. Some are suggesting that she run for governor in California, while others are saying that she should run for president again in 2028.
Tell us what the likelihood is of Harris running for governor.
What she's been saying to people over the last couple of weeks, donors, other supporters that she's been talking with, is you haven't seen the last of me. I'm not going quietly into the night. Advisors, people close to her, are debating about what that means. They do not want her final official act ever to be essentially certifying Donald Trump's win over her, especially 4 years after January 6th. And so they look at this governor's race in California in 2026, and it seems to them like a layup, essentially, that she would probably clear the field, or mostly clear the field, and she would get to be governor of California. It's a pretty good job, right? It was good enough for Ronald Reagan and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jerry Brown. But if she does that, that means that she couldn't turn around and run for president again in 2028, right? She'd need to essentially declare right away. And that is what it really comes down to, because there are people close to her who say she didn't get a fair shot this year. It wasn't up to what she could have done, and look how well she performed anyway. She should get to go again in 2028. And then there are ones who say, look, with where things are with the Democratic Party, she would not have a clear field, a cleared field, rather, in the Democratic primary, and could lose the nomination. And to come off of 2024 into that would be really terrible.
Oh, please run again, Kamala. Then we could have a woman losing for president 3 elections in a row.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
Well, guess what? We're saying Merry Christmas again.
That's right, sir. But sadly, it is too late to order anything from my online store, markdice.com, and get it in time for Christmas. Yesterday was the cutoff using expedited shipping, but if you don't mind your stuff coming later, you can order yourself, family or friends, a late Christmas gift, or just some stuff for the winter, because all of my designs are available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie. Also, a whole bunch of mugs and drinkware, which I probably should have promoted more. If you just click the drinkware tab up at the top of the website, you can see all the classic designs, and most of them are available in mugs, and some of them in pint glasses as well. So I'll keep the promo code SLACKER active for a couple more days, which will save you 20% off of anything. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.